Hi, I'm Councilmember Jane Poston, and welcome to Women Rise. On this show, we like to highlight women who lead with purpose, resiliency, and heart. And today, I'm interviewing a woman who embodies all three. Victoria Vredevoogd has competed at the highest levels of pageantry, most recently earning third runner-up at last year's Miss Arizona pageant. But beyond the stage, she is using her platform to create real change in our community. Her community service initiative is the Gender Violence Project. Victoria, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's just jump right into it and start talking about your platform, because I think it's so interesting and so important. Tell us what the Gender Violence Project does.
Absolutely. So the Gender Violence Project provides free legal resources to victims of gender-based violence. And what a lot of people don't know is that gender-based violence is an umbrella term legally. So underneath that is going to be crimes such as domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, and trafficking. And so we like to work with victims of all of those types of crimes. And we are based through Arizona State University's College of Law. We are the first student-led organization of its kind in Arizona, the third in the nation, following after Harvard Law School and University of Michigan Law School.
Those are some pretty big footsteps to fill, and I hear you are doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
What are some of those programs that you're doing with the Gender Violence Project?
Yes, so outside of providing those free legal resources, we also want to raise awareness through different types of events, as well as hosting preventative types of workshops. So on the awareness side, we were able to host a prosecution panel that was free for the community to attend, to ask questions like, what is gender-based violence? What is it like to prosecute a crime? How would I report something? A lot of the reasons why these types of crimes are so under-prosecuted is because many people don't know how to report, or they don't know what the steps are, so having that legal literacy is really important. On the preventative side, we also host free self-defense workshops for the community. We've been able to host 2 this year, one in Gilbert, Arizona that was open to the community, and then one at ASU. So we were able to reach those students as well. And then in terms of our reach to victims, they can reach out to us through our inquiry form on our website or straight through the law school, and we're able to work one-on-one with them and connect them with an attorney or reporting resources.
Fantastic. This seems to be a very important conversation on so many levels. It's important on a national level. We as a country are having that conversation. I've learned that Arizona ranks among the highest in the nation for crimes rooted in gender-based violence. And then, of course, you are starting on a college campus. So why is that so important to do this right here on a college campus, and how does it relate to everything else that we're seeing happening?
Absolutely. Well, college students are one of the primary victims of gender-based violence. Crimes of sexual violence, sexual assault are very high on college campuses. So being right there in the downtown campus at ASU is a great resource for anybody who could be struggling with something like that. Like I said earlier, gender-based violence, sexual assault, domestic violence, they are one of, if not the most under-prosecuted crimes in our country as well as in our state. And I am trying to change that with the Gender Violence Project.
Wonderful.
There's a lot of different reasons for that. One big reason is we are low in prosecutors in Maricopa County. So something else that I try to do when I raise awareness and I put on these prosecutor panels is I'm trying to encourage law students to potentially go into prosecution. Another reason could be a lack of resources and funding. And another reason is underreporting. So having those reporting resources and encouraging people to vote, or sorry, not to vote, encouraging people to report is so important. And speaking about it is even more so, because the subject is very taboo. Nobody likes to talk about this. It's awkward, it's uncomfortable, it's weird, and a lot of victims can feel embarrassed about it. Embarrassed for something that they didn't even do.
There's a lot of shame.
There's a lot of shame
around all of these things.
Absolutely, and because of the shame, a lot don't feel comfortable reporting because they don't want anybody to know. And we want to be a support system for them and be there for them so that they can feel like they have people backing them if and when they do choose to report.
Yeah. I think that reporting function is so important. Because that's what we always tell women to do. Why didn't they report it? And I'm sure there's a multitude of reasons why not. Now, when they reach out to the Gender Violence Project, have they already reported a crime? Are they starting with you? How does that work? Are you really just acting as that resource for the prosecution or to walk them through the legal process? Where do you fit in the entire system?
Absolutely. So most of the time they have not reported yet. I think they're trying to seek like what their options are. A lot of our students are victims themselves, myself included, so we're able to kind of connect in that way, have somebody who understands what they've been through so they don't feel so alone. So they come to us to kind of get that first step, and then we partner the Gender Violence Project with organizations like the American Bar Association, where now they're able to go and get that free legal consultation if they want to, and have that fee waived. So it's completely free for them. And just showing them that there are options. We also have a lot of resources like women's shelters. If it's a DV victim who's looking to go to somewhere safe, we have those there as well.
Okay. Do you have a success story that you can share?
I can't share too many specifics just because anybody that comes and reaches out to the Gender Violence Project, it's all completely confidential.
As it should be.
Yes, but I can give you a generalized example.
Absolutely.
The one that I can think of off the top of my head that's most recent is we had a DV victim come to us who was local here in Phoenix, and we were able to connect her with an attorney who was able to represent her case pro bono for custody. And so she was able to not only get herself safe, but her children as well.
That is fantastic. Well, congratulations. And I know you're literally starting from scratch, right? And you have a website up. And so can people visit that? And you're also looking for attorneys as well, right?
Yes, I am. So anybody who's wanting to just get some more information about what gender-based violence is, they can go to our website, thegenderviolence.com, or if you or somebody you know has been a victim and you're looking for some more support, there is an inquiry form on there as well. We are always looking for attorneys and volunteers who are wanting to give their time, either pro bono services or consultation, and there is a form on the website where if you are interested in volunteering your time, you can fill that out as well.
Okay. And while this is incredibly important, you have this platform because of that lovely crown on your head and the sash that you are wearing. I mean, this is true leadership in action. You are truly changing the community. But people first came to know you from a different platform. You're kind of in the spotlight with some competition. And why don't you tell us a little bit about that and about Miss Chandler?
Absolutely.
And then maybe let's merge the two. Why you decided to use this platform on such an important issue.
Awesome. Okay, so I started in pageants a very long time ago, probably 12 or 13 years ago. I started back in 2013. Okay. I competed in Miss Arizona's Outstanding Teen when I was just 13 years old, and I have just been hooked ever since. And it's crazy because when I was a child, I had begged my mom to sign me up for pageants. I said, please, Mom. I would draw pictures of me in dresses and crowns, and I would like leave them on her pillow as a way to convince her.
She wasn't too sure about that at first, right?
No, she did not want me to do it. And I remember I would sit on the floor in my living room and I would watch Miss America on NBC live every single year, and I just dreamed of being on that stage. I dreamed of being like the all-American girl, and finally I was able to convince her. She said, okay, you can do one. It's been 12 years, so I've been here for a while.
I guess you are where you are meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
But part of that is because it's so rooted in scholarships,
it is,
right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that and what's kept you going, and maybe what convinced your mom.
Sure. So Miss America is not your typical beauty pageant. It actually is not even called a beauty pageant anymore. It's called a scholarship competition. So we compete for scholarships that further our education, and that's part of the reason why I've been able to graduate completely debt-free from my undergraduate degree.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And now I am in law school, so I'm still able to use the scholarships that Miss America provides to further my education. And what's different about Miss America as well is we do have that CSI, which is why I started the Gender Violence Project. And we're rooted in service, we're rooted in helping the community. It's not just, going on stage and wearing a dress. Like you have service 365 days of the year. It's not just 1 week in June. You're always going to events, you're always trying to help people and to leave your community a better place than you found it.
That's fantastic. So you were named third runner-up in Miss Arizona competition. This was last year, correct?
Correct.
And tell us a little bit about what that experience was like, what you learned, what you're going to take to the upcoming competition.
Of course. It was amazing. It was my first year actually as a Miss. So I competed when I was a teen years ago, and then last year I just restarted back in Miss Arizona as a Miss. So to place third runner-up my first year back was a very big accomplishment, and I'm very proud of it. Something that I have learned is that I really want to start being able to have more fundraising efforts going into this year's competition, because Miss Arizona is a 501c3 nonprofit. All of the money that we raise goes back into providing scholarships for women's education. We're the largest provider of scholarships for women in the country. So I want to be able to reach out and have help from the community to go into this year's competition and say, like, this is what I've been able to do to leave a lasting legacy on the women that are going to come through this program for years to come. So that's something different. But I'm excited, and I'm fingers crossed. Miss Chandler, Miss Arizona.
Miss Chandler. I mean, what a great person to have on the show. But for viewers who don't know, the winner of Miss Arizona advances to Miss America, and that's over Labor Day weekend, correct? Okay,
yes.
so what kind of opportunities do you have from there?
Oh man, that's the dream, isn't it? That's my.
You're looking a little starry-eyed. I can see how you looked as a little girl watching TV.
Yes. I mean, the Miss America is like, she's the all-American girl. She's like my version of the American dream. Like I believe that Miss America is a true American icon, and she's been around for over 100 years now. And I think that she has such a lasting legacy. She is the ambassador of the American Heart Association. She gets to travel the country and visit so many different organizations and meet so many different people. And so that's the opportunity that it presents. But really, in a way, Miss Arizona is my Miss America too, because I used to do theater growing up at the Mesa Arts Center, and there was a time before I started pageants that I was doing Grease Junior, the musical, and in one of the theaters, and right next door was Miss Arizona, and our green rooms were right across the hall, and I would like watch them as they walked out in
looking
their gowns.
glamorous.
Oh yeah, and I made my mom that night after our closing show take me to watch Miss Arizona. I said, please Mom, like I want to go watch Miss Arizona. All I had was my leotard and tights from the show, so we had to like quick buy a dress from Target. I was like 11 or 12 years old, and I had gone and watched Miss Arizona every single year since. So Miss Arizona is my Miss America, and it would be a dream to represent our state.
I kind of love that you are a true supporter of the other women in this competition too, as well. What would you say to those little girls or young women who don't know these scholarship opportunities exist or that have reluctant mothers? What would you say to them about pursuing what they want to pursue?
Absolutely. I think that there's so much to gain from this program. Whether you win or not, you truly gain life-changing skills. I believe that I am in law school because I have done Miss America and pageants growing up. It has helped my public speaking ability. It has helped me be able to walk into an interview and walk out feeling like I nailed it, right? So there really is so much to gain. And of course you get the sisterhood too. One of my very best friends was somebody that was my Miss when I was a teen. She was my Miss title holder, and I was her teen, and then I was in her wedding, and we still talk every single day. And so there's a lot of great friendships to gain through this type of work as well. And of course, scholarships and service. I mean, there's just a lot more to it than people think. So whether you really want to do it or not, I would say give it a try, because there's no harm in trying something once just to see.
Absolutely.
And we have lots of local programs. Like we have Miss Chandler, which I won this year. If you want to sign up for Miss Chandler, that's usually in September every single year. Give it a try. You'll gain something for sure. If not, whether that's a friend, a scholarship, or a new experience, that's what matters.
Well, and for you, it led to launching a really important service to the community. Do you see yourself gaining that law degree, continuing on with like the Gender Violence Project in one iteration or another?
Absolutely. The Gender Violence Project is my legacy. I do believe that will continue to live on at ASU Law. I graduate law school next year, so I will still be the president and founder for one more year, but then that takes over with another student because it is a student coalition.
Absolutely.
However, I will always still be involved, and at that point I'll be an attorney. So I will be one of the attorneys that help pro bono with our organization at that time.
Fantastic. And then finally, just one, congratulations for
Thank you.
being our Miss Chandler.
Thank
and
you.
Thank
It's
you
an
for
honor.
coming to Chandler to
an
talk
honor.
about this. But how can the rest of the city, how can Chandler reach out to support you as you move forward and represent us?
Absolutely. First of all, it's an honor to represent Chandler. I am a Chandler born and raised native. Like, I love the city of Chandler. I went to school here. I grew up here. My family lives here. And I do believe that the people here are really special. Something that would be very helpful for me in terms of the competition is I'm always looking for businesses who would like to sponsor me. The biggest way to sponsor me is through our Miss Arizona competition magazine with an ad page.
Okay.
This is our largest fundraiser for the scholarships.
And this is our chance, Chandler, to show everybody who we are and to support our,
Yes.
our own.
That would, it's so helpful, and 100% of the proceeds from this fundraiser goes towards those scholarships. So you get to have your business in the magazine, you get to have some advertising there, but really it's a way to give back to the education of the women in your community. And so that would be really important and helpful for me. On the other hand, if you are somebody who wants to help out with the Gender Violence Project, we're always looking for volunteers, and again, you can go to thegenderviolenceproject.com and just go to our inquiry form, volunteer form, and sign up there and spread the word. We're a new organization, and I think we can help a lot of people, and a lot of people don't know that we exist yet, and so just telling people that we're here and ready to help them is just as important.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you for coming on the show and doing everything that you do. I wish you the very best of luck, and
Thank
we will
you.
be keeping our eye on you and doing what we can to support you from the city of Chandler. So
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for watching Women Rise. I'm Councilmember Jane Poston. We'll see you next time.